This is my second season back. The bee is back on Housewives. And I really do love it. And my business is a big part of the show because it's what I'm doing. And in order for the show to film me, you have to get me here because my business is pretty much what takes up most of my day when I'm not a mom. Business in New York has always been sort of a storyline with many of the women trying to start businesses or upset that they kind of don't have something to monetize on the show. And also, I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have a home last year. I was very disrupted and uprooted, and I didn't feel centered. And this year, I feel like I have a base. I have a new office, a new apartment, a new home. So I'm really feeling comfortable and able to completely focus on my work. I was nervous on some level going back last year. I had left for 3 years, said I would never go back. And then after kind of getting my feet wet and jumping into the pool, I liked it. I enjoyed the women. It was difficult. It was a difficult season in the sense that there's a lot that goes on. I think it's the best season we've ever done, and so do the powers that be at Bravo and the production company. So I think it's a really amazing, relatable, real, raw season about just women and what we go through. But I have a different respect for the women, a camaraderie. I didn't decide to talk about my health issues on the show. I was on the show and something happened to me. And it just sort of took over. When you're filming, it's pretty all intensive. And when something hits you, it's not really something you can avoid. It's something that physically affected a lot of the season, and I almost couldn't, well, I actually did. There's some of the season where I had to bow out and stay in bed. There's a lot of talk about the health scare, my health issues, and you know, they are serious. There are a lot of people who have way more serious issues that they're battling with, and I am a little uncomfortable with all this attention about this because I'm okay, I'm going to be okay. It's something that I'm definitely dealing with. I'm actually now glad that it's on the show because it's something that many women can relate to. It's a couple of different things going on with me that are all converged to create a bigger problem, and I think that many women will relate. When I had a miscarriage years ago, I didn't really realize how many women have had miscarriages. So this is probably another female issue that many people are quiet about, and it will become a little bit more out there and open. And female issues are always kind of uncomfortable, especially around men, and you're in a business world and you're trying to tell people why you can't go to meetings or we're canceling things on the show, and it's awkward.
There seems to be a little conflict with Dorinda over John. Can you talk about that at all? Or?
John definitely gets dirty. Ironically, the dry cleaner gets dirty. That's what happens when you have somebody else that you bring into the show. I'm glad there's nobody else that I've brought into the show, but Dorinda and John are a unit, and I give her credit because she has thick skin about it. She's tough about it. She stands by her man. He's got thick skin too. Not that many men who aren't familiar with this would walk in and take hits and just keep going. He's a guy from Queens, and I think he's tough and thick skin. I think he likes the attention, and so I think he doesn't mind getting a little dirty. It's New York. John's very street, so is Dorinda. She's old school. She's what I call a salty broad. I'm dating a little bit. It happens to be in the first episode that I go on a date, and I'm flirting a lot bit, and I'm a little bit of all show and no go because there's really not that much action. I'm courted a lot this season. I get a lot of flowers and a lot of presents and a lot of proposals this season, but sadly or happily, I am utterly single. My book, I Suck at Relationships, I talk about the burners, and although I might have a couple of pilot lights on, basically my burners are shut off. I don't believe I'd be attracted to somebody who would want to be on my show. I've been there and done that, and it hasn't been a very successful proposition for me. And it doesn't seem like I'm nearing the entering of a relationship anytime soon, so I don't think I have to worry about that. So if I got into another serious relationship, I bet you I'd probably be off the Housewives by then.
For the latest stories, be sure to visit eOnline and download the eOnline app. I actually had a question about the packages.
Speaking of packages, yes.
You're still cute. You're still cute.
It's a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Is Taylor Swift giving away her awards to her squad?
This is so true.